Hello, and welcome to another episode of WTF Happened, My Body. I am your host, Natalie Garay. We're gonna hop right into this. Today's episode is another one of my new obsessions, which is biological age. And this is something I'm learning more about as well. On my journey to find out WTF is going on. So in the last couple episodes, I talked about how I recently did some new blood work. A company called Function Health. I don't have any affiliation with it or anything, but Dr. Mark Hyman is one of the co-founders. I don't have any affiliation with it or anything, but Dr. Mark Hyman is one of the co-founders and amazing books. One of my favorites is one of my favorite authors. He's written a few amazing books. One of my favorites is decided to sign up for this Function Health. I decided to sign up for that he offers. It's a membership. It's a yearly membership, and you get blood work. Some extensive blood work. It's a membership. It's a yearly membership, and you get a deeper dive some extensive blood work done. And I got some new results back. And these aren't all the results. So I've been getting them in. Well, I got some new results back. In waves. And these aren't all the results. So I've been getting them. I received some about a week or two ago. And I talked about those in the last couple of episodes. So I received some. And then recently I got another set in the last couple of episodes. Blood work. And then recently I got another set delight of blood work. It showed my biological age. To my surprise and delight, which I'll explain what that is in a second. It showed my biological age as by my biological age. Explain what that is in a second. 33.3 years. By my biological age is my body is showing up 0.3 years. 14.5 years my body is showing up. Of course, I had to share this with 14.5 years younger than I actually am. Like I said, surprised, of course I had to delighted, and grateful because it's kind of. It's like definitely showing me delighted and grateful because it's kind of. It's definitely showing year and a half that the work that I've been doing over the last Luna is year and a half is paying off. Luna is in agree. Hopefully silence in a second. But 14.5 seems like a lot. I was maybe hoping for like a year or two. 14.5 seems like a lot. I was maybe hoping for like a year or two in a second. I know that what all of this entails. I mean, I'll factors to you in a second play into decreasing our factors. Play into decreasing 33.3 years is what my biological age shows up, meaning that years is what my biological age shows up, meaning that my calendar years differ from my biological years. Calendar years. So I'm going to read to you what differ from my biological years. According to I'm going to read to you what this says. Calendar age, also known as chronological age, is the number of years that have passed. Also known as chronological age is the number of years. Biological age, on the other hand, is an indicator of the quality and rate of aging. Biological age, on the other hand, is an indicator of the quality and rate of aging. Faster biological aging increases the risk of molecular associated with aging. Faster biological aging increases the risk of diseases associated with aging, cancer, prediabetes and type 2 diabetes, and dementia, kidney failure, disease, hormonal imbalances, cognitive decline, bone loss, autoimmunity, kidney failure, degeneration, muscle and bone loss, autoimmunity, and macular degeneration. Again, dementia was something my mom was diagnosed with. Dementia was something my mom was diagnosed with. She eventually passed. That was 3 years ago. And when she was diagnosed, dementia, that was 3 years ago. And when she was diagnosed, huge measures. Actually, it wasn't until after she passed that I started is going on with my body to see huge measures. I could find out or prolong it is going on with my body to see going on with my body, finding a baseline and seeing prolong it could improve was going on with my body, finding a baseline and family predisposition for diabetes. So that was something also have a family predisposition for diabetes. So that was something that I've learned a lot about. I wanted to take a look at as well. And I've learned a lot about metabolic health. I lost my words for a second. Metabolic health. Which I'm going to do a whole episode on too, and that is metabolic health at which I'm going to do a whole episode on too, and that is just looking at the foods that you eat and how it spikes your and consistent glucose spikes breaks down the cells in the mitochondria, and consistent glucose spikes breaks down the cells in the mitochondria, etc. Then can lead to aging. What that looked like for me was to disease, etc. Using a continuous glucose monitor. What that looked like for me was more and more available for people who don't necessarily have diabetes, but more and more available for their glucose levels. Don't necessarily have diabetes, but want to control their eating habits and find out exactly how their glucose levels. So, like I said, I'll do a whole episode about that because that has changed a lot. So, like I said, I'll do a whole episode about that because my activity level has changed a lot. The order in which I have my activity level, which is really fascinating. The order in which I have a whole book about it, and then eat by the co-founder, which I have not read yet, and there's a whole book about it called Good Energy by the co-founder, which I have not read yet. Dr. Casey, in my Audible library called Good Energy. I could be wrong on the last name. I believe she wrote Dr. Casey a book about means, and I could be wrong on the last name. But she wrote a book about the company that she co-founded, glucose monitoring, and stay on track. The company that she co-founded. So going back to biological age versus chronological age, I'm going to talk about. I'm going to share a little bit more about biological age versus chronological age. Biological aging occurs. I'm going to share a little bit more about what they say cell damage. Biological aging occurs as a person gradually accumulates cell damage and function. Which affects here's an example. Two people with identical calendar ages can be very different. Here's an example. Two people with identical calendar ages can be very different. You may be 60 years old by calendar, but 40 years old biologically. At the same time, you may be 40 years old by calendar, but 40 years old biologically. At the same time, your 40-year-old peer everything we do impacts our biological age. Diet, exercise, everything we do impacts our biological and emotional stress. Diet, exercise, optimizing those inputs and others like physical and emotional prioritizing quality sleep, optimizing those inputs and others like prioritizing quality even using certain reducing phytochemicals can reverse your biological and even using certain eating a high sugar, your starch, ultra-processed diet, being sedentary, eating a high sugar and sleep-deprived, starch, ultra-processed diet, being sedentary, overstressed, and sleep-deprived. You can't change your calendar age, but you biological age. Reverse your biological. You can't change your calendar age, but you can reverse your biological. I think this is really cool. Obviously, I'm sharing about this because I think this is really cool. While I can't, I'm sharing about this because at this point in my while I can't, educate point in my schooling, advise you on anything or prescribe anything or offer any advice. You on what I can share is my experience or offer any advice. I'm learning about what I can share is my experience and moms north of 40. I'm learning about my body and how I hope to better help sort of moms north of 40 or things that are related who are experiencing aging or hormone shifts or cognitive decline or things that are related to all of my favorite aging to learn about hormone shifts or share about decline. And I thought that this was intriguing, fascinating, and share about. Of course, exciting for me to know that 47. This was intriguing, fascinating, going on 33. Of course, exciting for me to know that I'm 47, but going on 33. Just a little bit of information about what I've been doing. So, but again, I went to just see a functional medicine bit of information about what I've been doing. So, which again, I went to see a functional medicine late 2022, doing some extensive blood work showing me the foods that led to caused inflammation in my body. Extensive blood work showing me the foods that should be foods to avoid in my body, foods that I should be foods to avoid and foods that I've always been active, but I was swimming a lot at the time. I've always been active, but I was swimming a lot at the time. Pilates practice a little bit more, walking a lot at the time, and so that helped. Of course, I up my Pilates practice a little bit more, sauna blanket more. So environmental toxins, that helped. Of course, I also are hard to avoid, but we can certainly so environmental support ourselves and our body, are hard to avoid, but we can certainly infrared sauna support ourselves and our body by blanket, releasing those I have through infrared in my apartment more conveniently. A sauna blanket, which I have because and that then fits in my apartment more conveniently. So it showed when we did this extensive blood work, it showed the supplementation. So it showed when we did this extensive blood work, it showed the micronutrients that my body was deficient in, which leads to various symptoms. And so I would food and also with tablets, pills. What do you call them? Food and also with this tablets, pills. Also in this platform of this function health blood work in this shares foods platform of that are recommended to eat in general. Blood work. There are shares specific to my body that I do that are recommended to eat in general. There are foods building blocks for the body that I do eat. And the instructions or code that building blocks for the body's biological software. And you can upgrade or downgrade your biological software with every bite. You can upgrade or downgrade your biological software, fat fibers, probiotics, with every bite. Phytonutrients, a diet rich in whole foods, enhance good methylation. Fibers, probiotics, all your DNA does is code for protein. Enhance methylation. Consuming high quality protein your DNA does is to good health, especially with consuming age. High quality protein is essential. Foods to eliminate good health, especially foods with age. Dramatically cut sugar and starch, to eliminate obviously ultra processed all the hallmarks of aging. Dramatically cut sugar and starch, and then it gives tips for all the hallmarks of aging. And then how is your biological tips for self-care? Typically, biological age is calculated by measuring methyl group placement of DNA. Typically, biological age is calculated by measuring methyl pointing to the pages that need to be read in your book of life. Think of them as bookmarks pointing to the pages ways to get a sense of your biological age by assessing some biomarkers. There are indirect ways to get a sense of your biological age by assessing some biomarkers. How many biomarkers? So 30 or more biomarkers. Again, they did about that they took. Maybe more. I think it was 30 or more biomarkers with this blood work that they took. So they take in those they calculate that, including the health. So they take in those function of calculate that, kidneys, blood sugar, the health of immune defense, the health and function of my liver, kidneys, blood sugar, inflammation, immune defense greatly influence the way the body can age effectively over time. And keeping a healthy baseline of these can the way the body can positively impact DNA methylation. Keeping a healthy baseline if the baseline tilts negatively, positively the biological age may as well. On the flip side, if the baseline tilts negatively, the biological age may as well. The ways again in which it's and then it goes on calculated to talk about epigenetics and DNA methylation. It talks about what they are and epigenetics and DNA methylation. It really fascinates me talking about the cells, DNA, how they help epigenetics. I don't know. Really fascinates me talking about the cells, DNA, but in his book Young Forever, Dr. Mark Hyman compared the epigenome to software that runs your life. Dr. Mark Hyman compared the epigenome to software that runs your life program. You can create different outputs by changing the inputs, which are food, exercise, stress. The epigenome controls which genes are turned on or off, shaping your unique path. The epigenome controls which genes are turned on or off. She says is good news because we can modify your gene expression, whether a gene is on or off. She says is good news because we can modify your gene expression, whether a gene is on or off, and choose a story. So he shares an example here. A good example of this is Alzheimer's genotype. So he shares an example here. A good example of this is Alzheimer's one of the blood tests. As if the ApoE4 variant biomarker risk variant, which is one of the blood tests, if the ApoE4 variant that the person will get Alzheimer's risk variant, they can potentially alter whether or not that genetic switch stays on or off by supporting. They can potentially alter whether or not that genetic switch stays on or off by supporting the brain and body to prevent and reverse the hallmarks of aging that accelerate all age-related diseases, to prevent and reverse the hallmarks of aging that accelerate all age-related diseases, Alzheimer's and dementia, by supporting the healthy functioning of our cells and DNA processes, by supporting the healthy functioning of our cells. Just a little bit more insight onto what my health journey has been. And again, just a little bit more insight onto what my health journey has been. And again, there was nothing screaming at me to say you need to do this. There was nothing screaming at me to say you need dementia. My grandmother was also diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Because my mom developed dementia, we don't know what they had as far as their genes go, whether these were gene related or lifestyle related
as far as their genes go.
But my
whether
sister and I
were gene related or lifestyle related.
They were lifestyle related.
And if that's the case, then I know that I can
they were
prevent
lifestyle
or
related.
prolong any of
And
this
if that's
from
the
happening
case
to me.
and
then
then
I
again,
know that
according
I
to Dr.
can
Mark
prevent
Hyman,
or
even if I
prolong
did
any
have
of
the
this
gene,
from
it would
happening
just
to
be
me.
a matter
And
of
again, according to
those
Dr. Mark
genes
Hyman,
being
even if
switched
I did
on,
have the gene, it would just
according
be a
to
matter
my
of those genes being
health
switched on
routines and food intake,
according to my
and that I can
health routines
take
and
control
food
of, and
intake,
that I can
and that I
do
can
and not do to make
take
sure
control
that,
of, and that I can prevent it.
Do and not
So,
do to make
take
sure
this
that
information
I can
as
prevent it.
information.
If
So,
you're curious about it and
take
you have
this
questions
information
about it, I'm more than
as
happy
information.
to share with you
If
the
you're
platform
curious
that I
about it
use
and you have questions
to dive
about
a
it,
little
I'm
bit
more than
deeper
happy
into
to
my
share
blood
with
work and
you the
function
platform that I
of my
use
body.
to dive a little bit
I'm
deeper
always
into my blood
happy
work and
to
the
share the
function
resources
of
that
my
I
body.
love and find
I'm
to be
always
very helpful.
happy to share the
And
resources
once
that
I
I
do
love
finally
and
graduate with
find,
my
to be very
degree,
helpful.
I am more than happy
once I do
to
finally
help
graduate
you
with
on your
my
degree
health journey.
I'm more
as a
than happy
naturopathic
to
doctor.
help you on
And
your health journey.
I'll be sharing more
as
about
a
that
naturopathic
journey
doctor
here
and
on my website, and through
I'll
my
be sharing
social
more
media
about that
journey
here,
social
and
media
on my website
profiles,
and through my
which
social
are
media. Natalie says WTF.
social media
Also,
profiles.
go to my website,
which
Natalie
are
says
nataliesayswtf.com,
WTF,
and sign up to
also,
get updates.
go to my
on
website, Natalie says WTF.com,
when the book will be launched,
and sign up to get updates
and the
on
Wellness Hub that
when the book will be
I am
launched,
putting together to support
and the Wellness Hub
moms north
that
of 40
I
who are
am
wanting
putting
to
together
find the
to
answers to their
support
WTF questions.
moms north of 40.
Thank
who
you
are
for joining
wanting
me.
to
Please share
find the
this
answers to their
episode with a mom
WTF
that you know
questions.
could benefit from.
Thank you for
any of
joining
this
me. Please
information,
share this
because
episode
we
with a
can
mom that you
only
know
be
could
happier
benefit
and
from
healthy
any of
and
this
healthier and
information
stronger
because
together
we can
by sharing what we
be
know,
happier and healthy,
and that is the purpose
healthier
of
and
this
stronger
podcast.
together.
Until next
by
time, my
sharing what we
friends,
know,
I'll see you
and
then.
that is the purpose of this podcast. Until next time, my friends, I'll see you then.